So with the Champions League semi-final right around the corner, we've got some huge questions to ask, like who's going to go through to the final, who's going to win the Champions League overall, and when Zinedine Zidane washes his face, how does he know how high up to go? Does he stop there? Does he wash till the back of his head? Who knows? Well, worry not, ladies and gentlemen, because in today's video, I shall attempt to answer all of those questions because, of course, hey everyone, it is Finn here with some more Champions League content for you guys, because in today's video, I shall attempt to predict both semi-finals of the Champions League along with the final itself. I shall try to predict who will win this Champions League season overall, which, of course, if that sounds good to you, make sure that you are subscribed down below for more content like this. Of course, we are so close to 1,000 subscribers. My birthday is in June. Not that that matters too much, but I would love to reach 1,000 subscribers before that. So of course, please show me your support down below by hitting that subscribe button. But getting into my predictions, answering the big question early, I think Zidane just washes absolutely everything, to be honest with you. But looking at both semi-finals that I have to predict, we've got Real Madrid versus Chelsea as semi-final one. Obviously, both teams have won the Champions League before, so it's going to be exciting to see what happens there. And they will be facing, in the final, either Manchester City or PSG. Once again, this is going to be a very exciting end to this Champions League season, and the final will end up being pro versus amateur, which might or might not be the last thing I searched on my laptop. But getting straight into my semi-final predictions, the first game I'll be predicting will be Chelsea versus Real Madrid. Now, as I said, both teams have won the competition before. I think looking at Real Madrid, obviously they beat Liverpool to get to this point in the Champions League on aggregate. Chelsea beat Porto on aggregate to get to this point. But I'll say this, looking at Real Madrid, I was not impressed with them versus Liverpool, to be honest. I thought Liverpool were by far the better team. They dominated the whole game. It's just unfortunate that Liverpool had no shot accuracy whatsoever, and they probably just think of goal as that 2005 Newcastle movie. But you know what? I will say this. I think the first team getting into the final of this season's Champions League will be Real Madrid. I think Real Madrid will beat Chelsea. Look, I thought Chelsea, believe it or not, although they lost to Porto, I thought that they were the better team. I think they had a lot of promise up front. I know I'm not talking about the former Ajax winger, although maybe that would have helped them. But you know what? I thought on the attacking front, that was one of the better displays I've seen from Chelsea. Because I'll say this, under Thomas Tuchel in the last month or two, I thought defensively Chelsea looked so much better, unless they're going against Big Sam and West Brom. But other than that, Chelsea have looked okay. And attacking wise, in that game versus Porto, I thought that they really stepped up a level. They just weren't clinical enough though. But I think a huge factor to why I think Real Madrid will go to the final is because obviously Benzema looks like a really difficult striker to deal with up front. He just wasn't clinical enough versus the likes of Liverpool. But defensively, Rafael Varane should be back for that game versus Chelsea. And I'm not going to lie, I don't have much confidence in Timo Werner at the moment. I'm pretty sure that Chelsea will have better luck if they put Kurt Zuma up front. But you know what? Until they are more clinical up front, Chelsea, I think they've had a good campaign, but I don't think they'll be able to do the attacking job versus Real Madrid. As I said, Real Madrid, not the better team past Liverpool. But you know what? I think versus a team like Chelsea, I think if they really do push, Real Madrid will be the better team. And obviously the second semi-final I have to predict for you guys will be PSG versus Manchester City. Two teams that have never won the competition before. I'm so excited for it. Obviously on the attacking front, I think these are two of the most exciting teams you could ever hope to watch. And of course, it is Pochettino versus Pep Guardiola. One of my favorite football rivalries to watch. Obviously, they've got history in the Champions League along with the Premier League. I'll never forget the Champions League about 2-3 years ago. Spurs versus Manchester City. One of the most exciting Champions League games I've ever watched, especially that comeback. So I'm hoping for something exciting once again. Now, obviously, I think both teams really have potential to win this game. And congratulations to Manchester City on finally getting past the quarterfinal stage of this competition. But the big question is, can they make it to the final? And my answer is going to be yes, ladies and gentlemen. I think that Manchester City will be the second team to make it to the final of the season's Champions League. Meaning the final, in my opinion, will be Real Madrid versus Manchester City, which before I get into that, let me elaborate on why I think Manchester City will beat Real Madrid. On the attacking front, that Neymar and Mbappe partnership is, look, you'll never see anything like it. They work so well together. They are so dangerous on attack. Obviously, they didn't score past Bayern Munich in the second leg of the competition, competition, which I'm really surprised by. They looked so deadly. Where if you look at Manchester City, I mean, weirdly enough, out of all teams that have made it to the semi-final, they're the only team that won both of their quarter-final legs, which a bit strange, but I have to say, Manchester City, this team in general is so strong. Defensively strong, midfield-wise strong, attacking-wise strong, even though they didn't even play a number 9 in that game versus Dortmund. They played Bernardo Silva as a false 9, even though Jesus was on the bench, which I have to say, although I'm not a Man City fan, I feel so sorry for Jesus. Finally, Sergio Aguero is leaving. He has a chance to be Man City's main man. And then everyone's just talking about the replacement for Aguero. You have to feel sorry for him. But you know what? This City team is looking so strong. We saw that versus Borussia Dortmund. I will say this though, I do think a few decisions did go their way in terms of what the referee said, but at the end of the day, Manchester City, they deserve everything that they are going to get this season. I think they could win the quadruple, which let me ask you guys to put down in the comment section down below. Do you think Manchester City will win the quadruple this season? I think they're definitely good enough. They are a fantastic team, and I wouldn't be surprised by it by the slightest. But as I said, ladies and gentlemen, I think Manchester City will beat PSG because PSG, although they are good in the attack, defensively, their best defenders are injured. They won't be able to play. And I mean, it's like Wayne Rooney when he lost all his hair. Yes, you can argue that there's still something there, but let's be honest, the best of it is gone and there's absolutely no chance. And that's why I think Manchester City will beat PSG, which means, ladies and gentlemen, the final will be Real Madrid versus Manchester City. Two managers that probably use the same shampoo, to be honest with you. But Zinedine Zidane versus Pep Guardiola. Zinedine Zidane definitely going for him in terms of the favorites for this final because he's been to the Champions League final before. He's won it 3 times in a row. He's got that experience. And Real Madrid might have Sergio and Varane back for this game, which will be so tricky to get past, especially considering Thibaut Courtois' ability in the goalkeeping position in the Champions League this season. It's going to be very tricky to break down. And looking at Manchester City, I will say this, guys, my prediction is Manchester City to win this season's Champions League. Which, yes, I know you guys are probably questioning that after what I just said about Real Madrid. But as I said, versus Liverpool, I was not impressed with Real Madrid. I thought in midfield-wise, they didn't control the game whatsoever. Which versus this specific Manchester City team, they will struggle against. I think Manchester City are the best team in the world when it comes to both counter-attacks and putting pressure in the midfield. Which, as we saw, Real Madrid versus Liverpool, they weren't able to handle that. And they're actually quite lucky, in my opinion, that they didn't lose in that game to Liverpool. I think Manchester City have it in them. I think they have the intensity in them. I think Pep Guardiola knows how to manage his team, although it hasn't been Pep Guardiola's best season in terms of, you know, statistics. Oh, like he lost so many games at this point of the season. I mean, he still dominated the Premier League. Pep Guardiola is a manager who knows how to win, and I think he'll know how to win past Real Madrid. As I said, Sergio Ramos will be back, and knowing the injury-prone players in this Man City team, he'll probably break them like toothpicks. In fact, he might even use one of them as a toothpick. But at the end of the day, I think this Manchester City team, in terms of their defensive midfield and attacking ability, I think that they outshine Real Madrid so far this season. And guys, that is of course my opinion. That is my prediction for the rest of this Champions League season. The 2 semi-finals and the final itself. Obviously, if you disagree with me, put in the comment section down below who you think will win. Do you think I'm wrong by the semi-finals, the finals? What do you think I should change about my predictions? Or not what I should change, I'm pretty happy. But what would you change? What would your predictions be? I'm super excited for this Champions League season. Obviously, I mean, as a neutral, it's very exciting to watch, and I've been watching as a neutral for a while, being a Manchester United fan. You know what? We might not be in the Champions League, but this Champions League season is so exciting, and absolutely anyone that's left in this competition could win it, I think. But guys, if you're not subscribed, make sure that you subscribe down below. I would appreciate any support, and hit that like button to get this video to 10 likes. But guys, this has been Finn, FYNN. Can Manchester City take it home? Cheers. Bye.
All the lies and all the times you cried, saying that I wasn't right, yet I was right by your side. You manipulator, playing games, your friends commentators, and I don't know what you say about our private conversations, but it's got them hating. Thanks to all the rumors you be claiming. It's cool, I'm done with you, so they can throw you a celebration. You gon' hate it when you see me with somebody living better. I'm trying to tell you that